Welcome back to another episode of Create Arcane Engineering. As you can see, we're in a much better space. In between episodes, I refilled my jetpack. More importantly, got a bit carried away with making a new room. So, two sets of staircases, quite large, like L-shaped room. And I also added a third of these because systems were breaking down. Got our last... I'm not even gonna try and pronounce it. I'm just gonna call it Eat that cannot be named. So, all I need is a drain. I can head up and get by carving up one of my machines. So, that... Oh no, I know what I have to craft with. Gotta craft it with iron bars. It's an item drain. Need ourselves a... It's gotta be a mechanical press and basin. I've got all those stuff to deal with. That... I think we're good on what we need. I'll grab a smart fluid pipe. And we need chutes. So chutes. And here's smart chutes, since we're gonna need to be filtering that. Yeah, I may be able to... Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get it going on this floor, but it's gonna be heading this direction, so we can have another arm place the vials back on there to get filled. I can also have that be filled again, which is very nice. I've just gotta remember that, like, that's where the stuff is. But now that has nothing but that shall not be named. We can go to an item drain. And I think that should line up with what I can place for a belt, since that can just immediately go onto one. So that's going to go the opposite direction of what I want. And, how could I do that? Because I know I need that. Grab myself a mechanical bell and have it go there. Casing that's a shaft, though. This side. And yeah, I can rotate it the other way. So I'm gonna put the final one. Well, I don't even need an arm. I know what I can do. I don't even think I need an arm. I can just power it this via side. And I can just how this is turning out extremely well. That's one too high. Yeah, but this should actually be decently easy. Since the belt's gonna be going there, and I just need to get it like one higher at one point. I've got an idea. I'm going to move that there. And I can have a belt, like a secondary one, up a little bit higher. It'll be going correct direction. You can have it there. You just need to connect them with that, which works perfectly. Then head up and have an intake there. That was surprisingly easy. So just have that go directly there. So ground floor into a basin. I do not have a mix. And I need to press. I almost forgot for a second, and if I had left, wouldn't have been the best, since I can just power it like that. That's the entirety of the stuff for this. So I think I'm gonna move this around a bit. Right here. Then just the basin. I can have it go into similar belt, since I don't know what to do with it at the moment. I'll just leave that undetermined. I now have some, whatever this is called. I'm gonna be honest, I can probably just toss it into the line there. It'll make its way through, bob its way along, and it should get picked up at some point. Forgot I messed that up. Just gotta reverse it. Probably because that's got to everything be. Oh, it's going too slow, or it's not even reaching those. Okay, I can't reverse this though. Actually, I probably could find a way. Find a way. Being pulled using belts. Should be strong enough to pull. I'm just gonna expedite the process. Since this was not wanting to work, just toss it there. We need to rush down to the lower area before things actually get processed. How do I? I'm just gonna use A. How do I? Yeah, it should. I don't know why this is being weird, but it's starting to make chromatic compound. I can go bring these empty vials. Toss them there, they get refilled. More targets melted. And if this starts actually wanting to work, we now have chromatic compound. Okay. That's for double stuff. But I've got radiant explosives. Just a bit over. So actually I need to head around the other direction. I'm just gonna break in. All we need is one. Get our compound. And we can get some refined radiance. I don't know. Okay, brightens an area upon impact. Let's go test this outside. I don't know if this does damage. To the walls, at least. I'm also gonna get myself some food. Up to ground floor. Not on that rock. That rock's used for stuff, but radiant explosives, chromatic compound. Back a bit away because I've. Oh, please tell me they don't keep floating. At least I refilled my jetpack. Thought it said that was optional. Oh, do I do that? I do not know. Thought it said optional. Oh. I just have to craft a radiant sheet. So literally all that needs is... not gonna automate this at the moment. Place that under the medium speed press. Oh, turns out I had one. Also got some radiant toolkits, which I can open soon. It's getting close to them. And we don't really have much better to do. Oh, besides maybe make a magnet. So, or a resonator. Blue and red dye. That's gonna be a bit annoying. Got red dye. But I need blue dye, so... crafting. I forgot I can get that from lapis. Okay, we've now got a radiant sheet. Need some iron. Should only need one of these for the moment. All the way around. I thought it was iron. Oh, flipped in a different way. Other way around was correct, just not in the way I was thinking. Now I've got a resonator. Knife now. Of course, put it through mechanical crafting. But I do have a mechanical crafter spare. Okay, I'll just do that. Yep. Seems I can just hold it down to skip the animation. Now I've got radiant induction coils. I, for some reason, didn't realize I put these in the chest, so off we go downstairs. That was a stupid idea. Yeah, we're going on peaceful for a second. Because I'm way too done with this to be dealing with mobs. Radiant explosive. Just gotta chuck that down. It'll do its fancy little thing. Can head up, and we should have enough components to make one machine. So, I have like an infinite amount of flint. So, better place to put that, but 16 of those. Got 6 of these just chilling in here. This is gonna be a pain because I don't have any sort of stuff. Because I've run out of mineral wood. It's kind of... Actually, I've got a... I think I'm completely out. So I shall find a mineral tree. It won't be that bad. They're easy to find decently. Where do I have my farm, though? Because I couldn't successfully farm any of them, because they had to be a pain. So I'll see you once I find a mineral tree and can actually grab it. So, see you in a little bit. Okay, I've looked around for a while and I found a tree, but also, one thing to... I also found source gems in a ruined portal. But also on the way here, I ended up flying past this first, actually. But another thing is, I noticed a very promising looking cave, because I'm pretty sure it had a corundum in it, which we need corundum. But now, it's time to go search that cave. So shaders are off so I can have render distance high. You can tell me which you prefer, but it's a lot more than I was expecting. We need, like, violet, but for the magic chapter. But you can turn any version into violet. Oh. Well. My computer does not like the fast breaking. So now we can make our way home. Which is... yes, over here. We can move quite fast, so we'll be there in a second. I'll see you there. Okay, we are now reaching base. And my computer is now frozen. Yeah. We are doing fine, though. Yep, time to turn my render distance a bit down. I'm gonna be honest, I only really need it at 6. Perfectly playable. I'll dump this away. But that... I need to grab some andesite alloy. Yeah, my computer is not being happy at the moment. So, I'll grab a decent bit. Definitely gonna use less than this, but doesn't hurt to grab it all. So, split up the stack. variable cars, and a saw here. We won't make the mistake like we did last time and letting the stuff go. But as that goes, I think we can just go up here and just grab immediately some electron tubes. Let's not go past that little area. Variable card, electron tube. I'm gonna put in the new screwdriver. I don't think that's great. So I will simply take that, convert all that into pieces of shit. My tongue is not working today. So now, two sets of radiant-induced coils. Pop into precision mechanisms. That leaves me with a bit extra. Some radiant mechanisms. And a hope that this system has been working. Doesn't appear that it's going. Why is that flipped? Oh, that's wrong bell I was looking at. That's going correctly. Yeah, I need to make some torches soon, but not at the moment. Should pop out. Oh, this isn't being fast enough. Again. I'll have to make my own of these since somehow they got put away. Somehow this broke. Again, we have to swap this thing's direction. And of course things keep bouncing on through. I'm gonna hope to go check downstairs and I'll have a second for the floor. I'm just gonna replace it with full flooring. Does that mean? Okay, that's in line. Yep. Okay. Could handle everything. Okay. I did set these up to deal with, like, the errors and stuff, which luckily I don't deal with all the time. Also, I would have stopped this series long ago. So I honestly, at this point, getting a bit tired of all of it. Okay, this thing is not being great. Stopped up again. Fell down. How does it keep skipping the item drain? I don't know. I don't really care at this point, though. I just have a chromatic compound. Light this up. Actually be able to see. Snatch this. Find a better piece of wood. Upstairs. Just like that. Okay. Got a radiant casing. Now, final. Okay. Thank God that it gave me that. Or else I probably would have ended up crashing out. Instead of having one, we have 5. So we can go do that, or we can... Oh no. Oh. Nope. That's for another time. But, thank you for watching. We now have ourselves radiant machines. Got 5 of them and the ability to process them. And in between episodes, I'm gonna fix out all like the kinks and errors within the machine down here, and actually also add some light and maybe a ceiling. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you next episode.